Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Life is Strange, and life has turned out to be strange for our main protagonist, Max here, who has seen one of her fellow classmates get shot and then found out that she can rewind time, and now she's trying to get back to the bathroom, or trying to get out of class at least, to try to stop this blue-haired classmate from getting shot, which is kind of odd because she made it in plenty of time the first time to intervene. She just really didn't. Let's continue. So before the teacher is asking us a question about photography and an artist, actually about an artist, and before you could have said I don't know the answer. Now I can say I feel sick, I have to use the bathroom. Honestly, I think we'll just go with both, but oddly, and I was just thinking about this about a week ago, teachers oddly sometimes just say no. And it seems ridiculous. And it seems like a disaster in the making. Even if a student wants to just get out of the class and not learn anything, if they say they need to go to the bathroom, just let them go. Just get rid of them. Then that student's going to be a problem either way if you say no.
I'm sorry, but I really have to use the bathroom.
Nice try, Max. But you're not gonna get away that easy. We can talk more after class. Is there anybody here
Shit.
who knows their stuff?
Jefferson wants to keep me after class. And I need time to save that girl.
A process that gave portraits a sharp reflective style like a mirror. Now you're totally stuck in the retro zone. Sad face.
So,
Victoria.
What if I rewind again?
this icon means you can use the fact that you
making them
may
extremely
be
popular
able
from
to
the
use
1800s
in the
on.
back.
The first American
So I can rewind, and the game has forced
I
me
must
to.
have missed something. I should rewind.
So now, instead of saying I need to use the bathroom, I'm going to rewind time and just answer the question. And if I want to rewind faster, I can actually hold right trigger to rewind faster. All the way back.
Now, Max,
And that's as far as you
since you've
can.
captured our interest and clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth?
That was a
to the
creepy
first
effect on the side when I couldn't
self-portraits?
rewind any further. So now I can just say the Degas process.
The Daguerrean process.
Daguerrean
Invented
process.
by a French painter named Louis Daguerre around 1830.
Somebody has been reading as well as posing. Nice work, Max. The Daguerrean process made portraiture hugely popular, mainly because it gave the subjects clear, defined features.
Let's see, can I just rewind now? And see, I do not like that effect. Looks like,
I can't take...
Now, Max,
seems like
since
you're
you've
gonna
captured our
die.
interest and clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits?
Let's go see what that says when we say I feel sick.
I'm sorry. I feel sick. May I be excused?
Nice try, Max. But you're not going to get away that easy. We can talk more after class. Is there anybody here
Shit.
who knows their stuff?
Jefferson wants to keep me
You
after
see, now I
class.
can't rewind and
And
it's
I need
showing
time
me.
to save that girl.
A process that gave portraits a sharp reflective style.
So this
like
is
a
gonna
mirror.
be the
Now you're
main
totally stuck in the retro zone.
element, I think, of this game, is
Very
the
good,
time
Victoria.
traveling. But I want to see what happens if we just try to rewind all the way and don't stop.
I can only go so far back in time.
And then it just says you can't rewind any further.
Now, Max, since you've captured our interest and
Let's
clearly
go ahead and
want to
skip.
join,
The Daguerrean process.
And skip.
somebody has been reading as well as posing. Nice work, Max. The Daguerrean process made portraiture hugely popular.
So
mainly
the
because it
problem
gave
with the
subjects
game
clear,
where
defined
you
features.
can
You
rewind
learn
and
more
go
when you
back
actually finish
and
reading the assigned chapters.
and
Still the
doing all
same
of that.
stupid picture.
is you're going to
And guys, don't forget
end
the
up having
deadline
to
submit
skip a
photo
lot
in
of
the Everyday
things.
Heroes contest. I'll fly out with the winner to San Francisco, where you'll be feted by the art world. It's great exposure, and it can kickstart a career in photography. So Stella and Alyssa, get it together. Taylor, don't hide. I'm still waiting for your entry too. And yes, Max, I see you pretending not to see me.
Max, you are not crazy. You are not dreaming. It's time to be an everyday hero.
So, can we speak to her?
Nice answer, Max. Are you okay? You look pale.
Different
Kate,
responses.
Did we talk at all today?
This is the first time. What's wrong?
I'm sorry, I'm just tripping. Too much stress.
I know the feeling.
I wish we didn't. I do have to go, but we can talk later if you want.
I'll see how I feel. Thanks, Max.
Let's still try to be nice to everybody. Looking at everything twice seems kind of redundant, though.
That's not as interesting as that girl about to die. That girl needs your help now.
So,
Victoria hasn't moved from that spot.
the right thing to do would be to talk to the teacher.
Excuse me, Mr. Jefferson, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes. Excuse you.
No, Victoria. Excuse us. I'd never let one of photography's future stars avoid handing in her picture.
Not avoiding.
I'm not avoiding, just...
Biding time? Waiting for the elusive right moment?
Exactly.
Max, don't wait too long. John Lennon once said that life is what happens while you're busy making other plans. Go on now. Don't let me stop you.
To quickly undo. Press left bump to quickly undo your previous action using rewind. And see, I think the left bump in particular is going to be your latest action is represented by the gauge.
Excuse me, Mr. Jefferson, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have to
Excuse
use
me.
left bump
No,
and right
Victoria.
bump a lot here.
Excuse us. I'd
And
never let one of
honestly,
photography's
this
future
feels
stars
like
avoid
a
handing in
lot
her
of extra writing. Let's see. What do we do? This?
Yeah, I'm not sure I have one.
Given your selfie output, I'm sure you must have about 1,000 pics by now.
It'll take a long time to find a good one.
Max, don't wait too long. John Lennon once said
So
that
he says
life-
the same thing either time. You can see there's two copies of herself, so one might argue she's deleting a copy of herself from reality every time she
Excuse me.
rewinds.
Miss...
let one of photography's future stars avoid.
So let's do the John Lennon.
I'm on top of it. I think John Lennon once said that life is what happens while you're busy making other plans.
Max, you're on fire today. All the right answers. Good. Make sure you finish working on it by today. I have faith in you.
Nice. I guess. Although, what does that really matter? Right now, there's a girl about to be killed.
That girl is going to get shot unless you go.
So,
I hope I have enough time to get to the bathroom. Please, please. I can't tell anybody. They'll think I'm crazy.
honestly, yeah, I would have told the teacher. Maybe made up a story. Say, hey, I saw...
Yo, Daniel.
I saw...
You can't help me at all, Logan.
I know you didn't forget you owe us cash.
You see, none of these people even
For
really
making
are
sure
friends. I don't think so. Now, the first time she came with plenty of time, and we saw the butterfly, and this is the butterfly
Okay,
effect.
Max, retrace every
Although
step.
that movie was terrible. There was like 2 versions of it
I washed my
they
face.
made.
I shredded my photo. Then the butterfly flew in. And I took a photo.
Leave them out of this bitch.
I can tell everybody Nathan Prescott is a punk ass who begs like a little girl and talks to himself.
You don't know who the fuck I am or who you're messing around with.
Where'd you get that? What are you doing? Come on, put that thing down.
So let's go look at this.
I need a hammer to break it open.
Trying to control me.
You are going to get in hella more trouble for this than drugs.
Nobody would ever even miss your punk ass, would they?
Get that gun away from me, psycho!
You are not affected by the
Holy shit, I
rewind.
can't
You
let this
retain
happen.
facts and
If
inventory
I can reverse
items.
time again, I can help her.
And so then the
I better
game
rewind
stops here.
right now.
There's apparently dead ends that happen.
Don't ever tell me what to do. I'm so
So then
sick
when we
of
hammer
people
this-
trying to control me. No way.
Don't ever touch me again, freak!
Another shitty day.
That did not happen. This cannot be real. I just saw a girl get shot and then saved her. What the fuck is going on? Do not freak out.
So we have the butterfly and the photo. And it seems like we're gonna get in trouble.
Hey, do you hear that fire alarm? That means you should be outside.
I had to use the bathroom.
Girls always use that excuse.
Excuse for what?
For whatever you're up to, your face is covered in guilt.
The alarm tripped me out.
Then trip on out of here, Missy. Or are
What
you
a
hiding something?
weird response. If there's a real
Mr.
fire,
Jackson, the situation is under control. There's no emergency here. Leave Miss Caulfield alone, and please turn off that alarm since that's your job.
this is a weird response. Like, that's not how you should do it at all. If a fire alarm gets tripped, you need the fire department to come in and see if there's a fire. Everybody needs to evacuate. Like, interesting.
Principal Wells always looks so distracted. I can never figure out what he's thinking. Does he hate me?
Seems like
Don't wander around here. Get on outside.
interesting. The game stops me from going other directions. Let's talk to him.
You look a little stressed out. Are you okay?
I'm just a little worried about
She
my
looks
future.
pale and
You're
anemic.
sweating pinballs. Is that all you're thinking about? You can always be upfront with me, Max.
Let's be.
Or have you done something wrong? Is that it? Well, Max, talk to me.
Tell the truth. Nathan needs help. He totally needs help. Like, rich or not, he bringing a gun to school, threatening to shoot somebody, actually shooting somebody. He needs adults that are caring that will actually help him.
I just saw Nathan Prescott waving a gun around in the girls' room.
Nathan Prescott. You sure?
Yes, he was in the bathroom talking to himself with a gun. I saw everything. He was babbling like crazy.
Okay, slow down. Slow down. So now you saw this without him seeing you.
I was hiding behind a stall. I have the right to be there. It's the girls' room.
I know. I just want to be completely clear what happened. Mr.
What's funny
Prescott
is
happens to be from the town's most
His
distinguished
bald
family
head
and
is
one of Blackwell's
not
most
quite
honored
round
students.
enough.
So it's hard for me to see him brandishing a weapon in the girls' bathroom. So what happened next?
Then he left. I ran out here wondering what to do. Are you gonna bust him?
This is a serious charge. I'll look into the matter personally. Thank you for bringing it to my attention.
That's it? After what I told
We'll
you?
continue this discussion later in my office. Please go outside with the rest of your class now, Miss Caulfield.
Of course this academic drone won't do anything.
This
since
icon
the
means the
Prescott
actions
family
will have
owns
consequences.
Blackwell now.
You can rewind to
Should
change
I
it.
rewind and change my story?
You won't be able to undo your choices after leaving this area. So, like, let's just hit the left bump. Now, I think in a game like this, you're probably playing completely wrong if you don't do everything twice and then make a decision and do it the third
You look
time.
a little stressed out.
Let's see, let's hide the truth.
I just got sick in class. Female trouble.
Except you're wandering around like a zombie. And do you think that's the first time a student has used that line on me?
It's the truth. I felt dizzy in Mr. Jefferson's class.
Just tell me what you're hiding. You can trust me.
There's nothing to hide. I got sick. It happens, you know.
There's that Team Toot again. You know, I
Dude.
don't think I don't know what goes on around here. You've only been here for 3 weeks and you're already causing conflict. I don't think your parents will approve when they find out. Now get outside with class. Please.
Again.
He does not buy that at all. I may have just flushed my scholarship down the toilet.
Oh, she's getting a scholarship.
Yes, I could rewind and actually tell him the truth.
Like, so that explains why she looks poor and she's in this really rich school. And the right thing is to tell. Even if the principal's not going to do anything, at least you know you spoke the truth.
You look a little stressed out.
Just saw Nathan Press.
And we'll just skip all of this. There have been some games in the past with the time mechanics. And frankly, I think this is probably the first one they ever really handle it well. And apparently the security guard loves guns and the Confederacy, according to her journal. But she's guessing some of that. As far as text, I don't think I have any new messages. It seems kind of odd that they are all marked as new. When you have a closed envelope in most systems, that's usually what it means. But again, fire alarm went off. Nobody should be in this building. This building very possibly could have been on fire. That's ridiculous. Here we go. So we're moving the story along. Blackwell Academy. Everybody's outside. They're not lined up. There's no way you would be able to know if somebody was still in the building.
With Nathan Prescott, please come to the front office. Thank you.
And they're calling Nathan Prescott back in. How are they so certain? Now, I imagine fire alarms do have sensors and an indicator telling which one gets set off.
Rachel Amber. She looks so hopeful.
But that doesn't mean that somebody would
what happened to her.
push it after seeing a fire somewhere else. So I wonder how far we can get here. Like, can we go all the way off campus, or are we stuck just on the front? And I feel like there has to be a diminishing amount of interactions. Otherwise, this game is going to get very hard to keep a handle on.
Miss Grant sure is dedicated to that petition.
Petition.
Hi, Miss Grant.
Excuse me, Max. I know everybody loves being asked to sign a petition. But would you do Miss Grant a favor and hear me out?
Sure.
Sure, I always have time for you. What's the petition?
David Madsen, our chief of security, wants to put surveillance cameras all around the campus. Halls, classrooms, gym, dorm rooms, etc. Blackwell Academy should be a high school, not a high security penitentiary.
It couldn't have helped Rachel, because then at best they would have put a camera saying that he went into the woman's bathroom. Dave Madison, that's crazy. No, it sounds pretty accurate to me as long as you're not putting it in bathrooms. Is that a drone behind me? Apparently so. So I'm gonna say that.
I guess cameras could have helped Rachel. I can see both sides.
You're fair-minded, Max. And we all pray Rachel is found safe and sound, bless her soul.
Rachel's the
But this
missing
petition
girl.
isn't about her. Blackwell Academy has a noble heritage. From the Native Americans who founded this land to the pioneers who shared it in peace, not fear and violence.
Interesting. So, yeah, I know students in particular wouldn't be happy about getting caught doing things they're not supposed to do because of cameras. But at the end of the day, cameras catch evidence of crimes. That's all they do, and they're better to exist than not, or evidence of wrongdoing at least, and maybe not crimes. As long as you're not violating people's expectation of privacy and putting them in bathrooms and in changing rooms, I don't see a problem with them. And almost every school in the United States, at least high school these days, has some level of cameras on at least the outside of their facility. Let's ask questions, because I suppose that's what we're here to do, is get data.
Blackwell is that old? That's incredible.
You should learn a little history about your alma mater. You'll find some fascinating facts. There's a lot of power in this region. I think it helps the creative juices flow around here. Now, before I assign you homework with this lecture, will you please sign the petition to keep our campus from going back to 1984?
Well, 1984 never happened. And what's interesting is you can't rewind. So I'll sign it this time and see if I can rewind.
Absolutely. I don't mind security, but not pure surveillance.
I knew you were my favorite new student at Blackwell for a good reason.
This action will have consequences, so can we go back? And so you still kind of need to speed it up. The animation is a little too long.
Hi, Miss Grant.
Excuse me, Matt.
And apparently the information before this, if I skip it, just gets skipped. I wanted to know about the Native Americans.
Well, I'm kind of in a rush right now. I don't really have the time.
Too bad. Serious things are taking place at Blackwell, and they affect you most of all.
Interesting.
Come back and see me when you do have time. Promise?
So what's kind of funny here is, in my own mind, it seems like that rewinded faster.
Hi, Miss Grant.
Putting up cameras
I know everybody loves
would actually hurt my ability to rewind time.
Grant a favor and hear me out?
Oh, the first question was hear out.
Sure, I always have time for you. What's the petition?
So then I could have skipped this way. Then I could have asked David Madison.
David Madsen doesn't need another excuse to harass students here.
Max, this isn't about personalities. This is about protecting civil rights and our school's legacy of freedom.
Well,
Academy has a noble heritage.
Sadly, the truth is, you really don't have any civil rights or rights at all as a child. Until you're 18 years old, you kind of don't have any. And schools certainly are allowed to violate many of them. So, I still don't, like, even if you get cameras up, the truth is people have to be paid to watch the cameras 24/7 if you really want to see things. The only time cameras actually work is either as a deterrent to stop people from doing bad things, or as evidence collection after the fact. So, for instance, the blue-haired girl who we haven't seen, if she was shot and we went forward in time and there were cameras, then they would have caught who did it, but they wouldn't have actually stopped her from being shot. It's asked by the Native Americans.
The tribes who were here first, who welcomed the settlers. Both cultures found a mutual symbiosis and thrived.
No,
now,
they
before
didn't.
I assign you homework with this lecture, will you please sign the petition to keep our campus from going back to 1984?
See, and this is frankly an abuse of power, asking a student to sign petitions, and students signing petitions don't mean anything anyways. Let's not sign this time.
Miss Grant, I totally respect your passion and knowledge, but some security cameras make me feel a little safer.
I'm not against security, Max. We should all be concerned when private space becomes public. Your generation has been tricked to think everything should be recorded.
And so, for our final decision now, let's go back one more time. And this is a weird way to follow, because I'm not going to remember the choices I made.
Hi, Miss Grant.
Excuse me, Max.
Well, I listened to her, yes. I am noticing that the games should have the question above the answer, because otherwise you're not certain.
Sure, I always have time.
Oh, you
for
might forget.
What's the
Yeah, I'm gonna
petition?
forget what decisions I made.
Chief of Security wants to put surveillance cameras all around the campus. Halls, classrooms, gym, dorm rooms, etc.
This is the kind of internal dispute that shouldn't be a part of involving students.
That's crazy. I get why school should be on high alert these days, but cameras in the dorm rooms.
It's a slippery slope, and it's up to you and your classmates to stand
Oh, the
up.
dorm rooms.
Blackwell Academy has a noble heritage.
I didn't catch
From the
that
Native
one.
Americans who founded this land to the pioneers who shared it in peace, not fear and violence.
You know a lot about Blackwell for being the science teacher.
Science is history, Max. And I have a secret wish to teach local lore and legends. There's a lot of unique facts about this you might really enjoy discovering. Now, before I assign you homework with this lecture, will you please sign the petition to keep
The funny thing is that, yeah, I'll sign it this time. If he did put cameras in the dorms, the actual dorm rooms where people are sleeping, inevitably somebody would walk in front of that camera naked, and then he'd be in possession and creation of child pornography and probably get in big trouble for that.
Absolutely. I don't mind security, but not pure surveillance.
I knew you were my favorite new student at Blackwell for a good reason.
And so that action will have consequences. There's been several games that have been like this. Until Dawn is another one. Sadly, hasn't come to PC. Warren 1 Journal. Hello. Sorry running late, insane day. I'll meet you in the lot. Looking cool. You'll see. My camera will be ready. See you shortly. I hope so. So... Like, all of a sudden she's responding to Warren after a couple days of not talking to him. Like, from October 2nd to October 5th, she has not responded to him by text.
Okay, I better get to my dorm and grab that flash drive.
So is that our objective? See, this is the weird thing is
Mr. Jefferson has
what are
such
we
a
doing?
gift for different styles.
Like, a fire alarm went off and everybody seemed to take that as go outside and just continue living your life. This whole building could be in flames. The game needed like 5 minutes later or an hour later. Yeah, an hour would be more accurate. Interesting, you can't walk through the bushes or the leaves. Let's see.
I think his name is Evan. He always looks so intense. Evan's portfolio always looks so uber pro. I'd love to see his photos in there.
Let's talk to him then.
Hey, Evan. Mind if I check out your cool portfolio?
Let's see if you're worthy of it, Max. You'll have to answer a simple question. Who photographed the famous falling soldier?
Well, I bet it's none of these people, but let's just say... Let's see, how can we get this? Robert DeSnow probably sounds a little too old. Robert Capa seems a little too new. McCurry seems made up. Let's go with Eugene Smith.
Gotta be Eugene Smith.
Well, they both were famous war photographer images, but you should know the difference. Good try. Wrong answer.
We'll try again.
Hey, Evan.
Let's see if you're worthy of it.
Let's see. Let's go with Stephen McCurry. Now I kind of want to miss them all on first try.
Steve McCurry?
Unless he could travel back in time. McCurry was born 5 years after the falling soldier picture. McCurry also shoots in color. In other words, no portfolio.
Interesting. There seems to be a real obsession here with photography. And apparently I'll never run out of juice for this.
Let's see if you're worthy.
Let's see if Robert Capa is the right... Probably is, come to think of it. If it's Robert Capa and Robert DeNoe, I bet those were the two I should have picked first.
Robert Capa, of course. I love his work, despite the controversy about that photo.
My. This quiet child knows things.
That's why I'm here.
You're a kindred spirit, Max. Would you care for a perusal of my portfolio? It's not a privilege I grant to many.
I'd be honored, sir.
These facial animations do seem like they are...
These photos are great. And Rachel Amber's face is mesmerizing.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that the girl that was... Let's see. And so you can go back 2 decisions.
Hey, Evan.
Let's see if you're
And let's get it wrong again.
Isn't it Robert Dorneau?
Oh my. You can't even tell the difference between street photography and photojournalism. No portfolio peak for you.
I really don't want to have to memorize all of this photography stuff.
Mind if I check out your cool portfolio?
Let's see if you're
Robert.
My.
That's why I'm...
You're a kindred spirit.
So we'll skip through all of that after answering right, and we'll read this again.
These photos are great. And Rachel Amber's face is mesmerizing.
This is the dormitory.
I need to go there and grab Warren's flash drive.
Interesting. So what does the dormitory look like? It's not a terribly large place.
Clever.
Vortex Club sucks.
That's Luke Parker. Zachary pushed him into a locker last week. Go Bullies. Hello?
Talk
Max,
to him.
I don't feel like talking.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Nathan Prescott, little rich bitch kid. He thinks he can own people like his parents own Blackwell. Like he owns the Vortex Club.
Yes, he's a nasty piece of work.
You know him?
I busted him?
I busted him today with a gun.
What? Seriously?
I saw him wave a gun around today and I went to the principal. We'll see what happens next.
You are my new hero. Finally, karma comes to Blackwell.
And...
I'm glad you told me that, Max. Let's talk later. Cool?
Interesting. You get different responses otherwise the second time. This drone, man.
Hello?
Max, I
So,
don't feel like...
if we go, oh, sorry,
Oh, sorry. I won't bother you.
that seems like the wrong response.
Hello? What's wrong?
Nathan Prescott, little rich bitch kid.
And see,
Thinks he can own people like his parents own...
you kind of have
Yes,
to play
he's
this
a
way.
nasty piece of work.
Or at a certain point, you're gonna have to just learn to let go and make your choices and live with them, and then you'd have to play the game a second time. And I don't know if the game's writing is gonna stand up to that kind of scrutiny.
Not really. I've seen him around.
Sounds like you know way more than that. Max, tell me.
Let's see.
Nope, he's just an entitled dick with a lot of money.
And she waved
Not
her
much.
hair, but her hair
Somebody
doesn't
needs to
move.
take that prick down.
Let's see. It'll happen. He'll take himself down.
He'll take himself down.
Yeah, history always proves that, right? Just wait for justice, you sheeple.
Hello?
Max,
What's wrong?
Nathan Prescott, little...
Yes, he's a
You know him.
And see, we'll just go with this, even though it seems like there's 3 different opportunities to say you busted him. I don't think the response is going to be really that different. The main thing is to keep people away from this guy. Now, see, that animation style just looks a little off. It looks like somebody's stuck paint or gum on the tree. Now, you can't jump. That's good to know.
Daniel is always drawing something. He makes me look like an extrovert.
It makes me feel like this school is specifically for art photography and arts.
What's up, Daniel?
Oh, hi Max. Could I ask you a question? Would you mind letting me sketch you? I do put my sketches on Facebook though.
What kind of sketches should be the response?
I'd be honored, Daniel. Makes me feel like a muse.
Funny, you should say that. I was just thinking about my real muse. Rachel Amber.
So, now we've finally gotten into what feels like an old style conversation here, where you can potentially ask her everything. Seems like we're going to have to figure out if one of these students killed or kidnapped Rachel Amber, and it seems like that's how this is going to go.
You knew her?
No, but once she asked me to draw her portrait. Oh, she was a natural.
So what happened to her? There's gotta be a story.
She just stopped coming to class. Some people said she ran away. Some say she jumped off a cliff. I just hope she's okay.
Hard to avoid her posters all over campus.
Kills me to see her sweet face used as a crime photo. She had a good heart.
Okay, why don't you start drawing me? Even though I must be a step down from Rachel.
No way, you're a good substitute, Muse. Oh, that's a good posture.
See, I feel like if you're going to have your protagonist be a teenage girl, you probably needed an engine that could have handled the hair moving around. It's not uncommon for long-haired people to
Best portrait ever.
to move the hair and out of their eyes. This action will have consequences. Apparently all actions will have consequences.
That's one of his famous shots. I love how it captures the moment.
Feels like our photography teacher is very possibly... This guy's not wearing a shirt, it doesn't look like. The the most important person on campus. Let's see, can't walk over her, but can kick her in the ribs, apparently. So there are some unimportant characters that happen and
Mr. Jefferson has such a gift for different styles.
happen to be around. Let's see. We can't talk to her, but we can talk to Stella. Interesting.
Stella always looks so serious and dedicated. Good for her.
It's interesting here trying to figure out the ages on some of these girls. I would assume 17, 18-year-olds, but they're also skinny and anorexic looking in this animation styles. And then wearing hot pants or extremely low cut-off shorts or extremely high cut-off shorts. It just doesn't seem appropriate. And something that even a prestigious school would allow.
Hey there, Stella. Hey, I know you. You're the new quiet girl in Jefferson's class. Isn't he incredible?
I think so. He's aloof. I think so. Let's go with I think so. Let's agree.
I think so. We're lucky to have such a famous teacher. And I actually love his work.
Me too. His New York urban stuff is great, but I'm glad he came back to his Oregon roots. Screw the East Coast elite. It must piss off those pretentious galleries that Mark Jefferson is teaching photography to us Blackwell Hicks. Plus, he is pretty hot for an older guy.
So is
If Victoria
Oregon.
wasn't all over him, I would definitely make a move.
Let's ask about Victoria. I kind of want to move the camera with the right stick, but I can't right now.
Victoria is pretty obvious. I don't think Jefferson is into her.
I don't think she's closed the deal, but she's not the only player.
Now,
Wait a minute.
how do you know this?
You have a lot to learn here at Blackwell. Rachel Amber absolutely had sex with him. Well, I heard that from a good source.
So you knew Rachel? So the teacher's sleeping with the students. Dangerous. I kind of wonder if this was put at like college age students. They might have been able to write the story better.
So, you knew Rachel?
Not really.
It would make a little bit more
With
sense.
the other cool kids like Victoria. Not my kind of clique. But I heard insane stories about Rachel.
Maybe I'm wrong here. See, here's a picture of a girl with her cleavage showing. Maybe I'm wrong here, but let's see. Blackwell Academy. Could it possibly be that this is
Posters on
college?
posters? Somebody really wants to find Rachel Amber.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
I would so be there if a Sasquatch actually did battle a Razorback.
Bava's Pizzeria noon lunch special. 1 slice, 1 drink, $3.50. That's pretty high. It's not incredibly expensive, but more than I would prefer to pay. Let's see. Can my dad be okay? You guys are retarded. So somebody here is doing a lot of graffiti, and I've noticed that if you go over to this point, this feather here says taken by graffiti dude. Let's see. We can take a photo of the statue, and these are the collectibles in the game. And then we can look.
I bet the Blackwell founders would shit cats if they saw today's student body walking around like zombies on their phones.
Thanks for the coins.
This is a great image. All those rippling green coins. I hope everybody got their wish.
And see, I can apparently sit at the fountain. And what will that trigger? in a funny way, we haven't made it very far in the game. Like, we have this whole section over here that we need to talk to people and see what we can do. We need to sit here. We need to talk to some of these people too. And then I eventually want to get the flash drive and actually complete the quest. I wonder if she's the girl flying the drone around. We've got leaves flying around and birds. It's a very lively, nicely animated area. I also kind of wondered though how big this place is going to be. Let's see. If we're going to be mostly about people, unless there's a second page, there's only 5 more characters in this chapter, or maybe the whole game. As far as locations, we know the dormitory is probably going to be another place. The other side of the dormitory is probably going to be something. If I was to guess that these pictures equate to locations on the map, I wouldn't be surprised if all 6 of the pictures on the right are at Blackwell Academy and all 8 of the pictures on the left are in other areas that might not even be as important. This is an interesting cell phone because it doesn't have a camera on it, or a clock, or a reception bar, as far as I can tell. It seems to oddly be stuck only on messaging, too. I guess part of that, I suppose, would be the idea. And we can get some details when we hit A. Like, if the cell phone camera did have, why is it saving? Because I went into the menu. If the cell phone did have a camera in it, then it kind of stops the reason for her to have the Polaroid camera. But she would still probably have the Polaroid camera anyways. We can now see how to play, and it's not really anything we didn't know. And we could reload the last checkpoint, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. We've gone another episode link, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.